So I have a question for you. What does the word alignment mean to you? What does the word gratitude mean to you? Do they make you uncomfortable? Or does it resonate? Years ago, I was in New York City, adrenalized professional businesswoman and a mom, mother, wife. And those words were very foreign to me. They almost were alien-like. Those weren't in my vocabulary. They weren't in the vocabulary of the people that I worked with and spent the most time with. And it almost seemed a little, I don't know, airy-fairy, woo-woo. All those negative connotations that come up when you first hear that as an adrenalized woman. Success-oriented, career-oriented, goal-oriented on the exterior of me, of the professional Debra Perlman. When I was faced with situations, multiple actually at the same time, the universe was definitely talking to me and sending me a message like, you need to stop. You need to look inward. Take the camera and refocus the lens and really take a good hard look at yourself. I was successful. I was doing great. I was on track to be CEO of a major company. And it really wasn't what I wanted. I thought I wanted that. And again, the universe came and said, are you sure that's what you want? Are you sure that's really in the best interest of you, your life, your business, your family? Are you sure that this is your mission and your purpose on this earth? And I had to take a step back, and I had to observe myself, and I had to ask myself those tough questions that made me unbelievably uncomfortable. There's a humbling that happens. It occurs when you take that camera and you look inward. When you look under the hood of ourselves. Not easy always, is it? It's a challenge. And I literally had to readjust, realign, and shift everything. What I thought about myself, my family, my career, the business, my goals, my mission, my purpose, everything went into realignment mode. And it wasn't always easy. And most of it I did with help of mentors and guides that came into my life because the universe provided for me and helped me to walk this path till I got to where I am today. So where I am today is a very successful performance coach with an NLP master certification. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. I'm married almost 40 years. I have 3 grown sons. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. You ask my kids and they'll tell you. I make mistakes just like everybody else. The one thing that I am sure of, and the thing that I know, and the reason why I wrote the book OOMPH, is because I know that I'm not the only one. I am not the only human being on this earth that has gone through a reinvention and a metamorphosis and has had to come out the other side. And I am so grateful and blessed to be where I am. And that's why I wrote the book. I wrote the book OOMPH because I wanted to share my story. And it's how I went from stuck to unstoppable. It's how I went from being what I thought was successful and happy to truly living a life of purpose, on purpose, in alignment. And the book is an extension of me, of who I am. And the reason I called it OOMPH is because it stands for basically the process that I went through and how I walk my clients and guide them through the same. And everybody's story is different. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's on a different path, different level, and that's okay. Clients and I meet where they are, and we walk the path together. They choose it. So the first O is observation. Observing. Just observing with no judgment. Choices that have been made. Decisions. The way we've reacted in the moment. And just observing to see how we might be able to adjust, shift, and pivot and have better enhanced results. The second O is ownership. It's taking ownership of it. There's no pity party. There's no pointing fingers. There's no blaming others. We are the captains of our ship. We make the choices that give us the results that we have today. Taking ownership allows us to take that on and understand how much control we actually have over our lives. It's very humbling. It's very humbling. The third letter in OOMPH is M, and it's mastery. And it's not mastering a skill. And yes, mastery of a skill over 10,000 hours is definitely a thing. I am not disputing that. The mastery that I talk about in the acronym OOMPH and in my book is the mastery of oneself and one's mind. It's not being reactive. It's allowing yourself a moment to breathe and to understand what triggers us. And then to make choices out of proactive, strategic decisions, not reactive, emotional ones. And that is a skill that we are always going to be working on for the rest of our lives, because things are going to happen. We can always control the events. The only thing we can control is our reaction to it. So mastery is the M. The next word is the P, the possibilities. What is available to us? What are our true goals? And then how do we step into that? And how do we plan for it? How do we create the actionable steps that we need to take every day that will move us towards achieving the goals? And thinking really from Jack Canfield, I steal this all the time, BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal. Thank you, Jack. What's yours? Do you have a plan to get there? And then the H, the happiness that comes with it. And happiness is not just the end result. It's happy during the path, during the journey, and celebrating all of the steps, all of the good things, all of the accomplishments, even the ones that we perceive as being tiny, tiny, tiny. Having a great conversation with a client, having an amazing time with family. That's happiness. That's true joy. When you know that you are living in alignment, in a life on purpose, with a mission statement that fills your heart and soul with joy, it's all of that. And it's really funny because, yes, on the business side, the left brain people out there with your data-oriented selves, absolutely, you need to know your metrics, your KPIs, your conversion rates. You need to know how many clients you have to call on any particular day, or what emails to send out, or you have to take care of your admin stuff. You have to cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure all the documentation is done correctly. And you have systems and processes in place, and you build a duplicatable business that you can start to look at as, okay, now I have systems and processes. We have a checklist. We have all of the strategies in alignment with what's truly going to fill your heart and soul with joy. I will tell you from experience that living a life just on the left brain side, just going after the success, just building the business and building the career, for me at least, it truly was not fulfilling. I felt there was a piece of me missing. And that was basically that my personal side, my personal growth, my learning, my introspective self was not expanding. It wasn't growing. It wasn't blossoming. And therefore, I hit a ceiling. The proverbial, not so much glass ceiling, but people call it a ceiling in my professional life. And I could have blamed everybody else, anybody and everybody. Well, it's because of this or that. And instead, I took a more healthy look at it. And I said, well, okay, if I'm taking ownership of this, the results that I've created, what can I do differently? What about me and how I'm showing up has to change? And that's why I wrote the book OOMPH. Been there, done that. And I would be so thrilled and blessed and appreciative and in gratitude to help anybody out there who wants to go from stuck to unstoppable. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.